What if I told you that 10 legends shaped our world forever? Their stories are woven into the fabric of history. Masters of art, war, science, and fate. From secret laboratories, to thrones of empires, to visions that altered destinies. They fought, dreamed, and dared. But who were they, truly? Today, we dive into their untold moments and uncover the human behind the legend. He was born screaming into a world that was about to change forever. Pablo Picasso, the boy who would not just paint reality, he would bend it, break it, and rebuild it. As a child, he drew with such intensity that adults said he was touched by spirits. Later, with every brushstroke, he shattered the rules others dared not even question. He created new worlds, cubism, surrealism, each more daring than the last. But behind the bold colors hid deep loneliness, a restless hunger. Imagine living with an endless fire inside you, one that never lets you sleep, that never stops whispering, "More, create more." By the time he died, Picasso had produced over 50,000 works of art. One man, one endless revolution. What might you create if you dared? A boy who loved poetry and invented dynamite. Alfred Nobel was a man caught between two destinies, destruction and creation. His inventions revolutionized construction, but also warfare. When he read his own obituary by mistake, calling him the Merchant of Death, something shattered inside him. He realized that memory was the real judge of life. In secret and in silence, he wrote a new legacy, the Nobel Prizes, awards for peace, science, and art, gifts to a future he would never see. One man, one final choice, to be remembered for devastation or for hope. If you knew your story would echo forever, how would you rewrite your ending? He dared to walk into the dark corridors of the mind and refused to look away. Sigmund Freud, a young doctor obsessed not with wounds of the body, but wounds of the soul. He listened where others ignored. Dreams, fears, forbidden desires. Layer by layer, he peeled back the illusions people wore like masks. And beneath, he found chaos, horror, beauty. Freud invented psychoanalysis, a mirror into our secret selves. He taught the world, we are not what we seem. Imagine, what truths could you find if you dared to open your own mind? If you dared to look within? A man who could not walk, but moved a nation. Franklin D. Roosevelt, struck by polio, imprisoned in his own failing body. Many would have surrendered. He chose to rise. With fire in his voice and courage in his heart, he led America through the Great Depression and the deadliest war the world had ever seen. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, he thundered. And millions believed him. His hands gripped a nation's soul and pulled it back from the edge. What strength lies dormant in you, waiting for its moment to rise? A quiet seamstress who sewed a revolution into the very fabric of a new world. Betsy Ross, almost invisible in the history books, whispered her rebellion in stitches and thread. When asked to design the first American flag, she dared to say yes. Every stripe, every star, bled with the hopes and the blood of a young, fragile nation. Under those colors, soldiers marched into cannon fire. Under those colors, a dream was born. What silent acts of bravery live inside you, waiting to be stitched into history? Before there were textbooks, before there were universities, there was Aristotle. One man, one mind, endlessly curious. He asked questions others feared to ask. Why does the earth move? What is happiness? What makes a life worth living? His words shaped philosophy, politics, science, and his ideas ripple into your thoughts even now. Imagine that. Centuries fall away, but wisdom endures. In every question you dare to ask, the whisper of Aristotle still speaks. A boy king with a towering dream, to drag a medieval nation into the future. Peter the Great, wild, impatient, relentless. He built cities where there were only swamps. He battled empires when he was barely a man. He broke the chains of tradition, sometimes ruthlessly, always fearlessly. Russia would be modern, or Russia would be nothing at all. Picture it, a titan, carving history with blood, sweat, and vision. When you dream big, are you ready to pay the price? A soldier, a statesman, a lover, and a tragedy. Mark Antony stood at the heart of the Roman Empire, his fate woven with Cleopatra's. Together they burned with ambition and passion, daring to defy the tide of history. Their love shook empires and cost them everything. In the end, Antony fell by his own sword, his dreams crumbling like dust in a dying empire's wind. But for a moment, they lived a legend. Would you choose safe obedience or risk everything for love? A farm boy who declared war on death itself. Louis Pasteur looked through his microscope and saw invisible killers, germs, lurking where no one else could. Ridiculed at first, he pressed on, fueled by faith and fury. He saved lives, vaccines, pasteurization, germ theory. Before him, the unseen killed millions. After him, humanity fought back. Imagine the courage to battle monsters no one else believes in. What invisible wars will you fight and win? A plague doctor, an astrologer, a healer, a prophet, or perhaps something even stranger. Nostradamus lived in an age where death lurked in every shadow. The plague ravaged towns. Kings fell like dominoes. The earth itself seemed to cry out. Amidst this swirling chaos, Nostradamus dared to look beyond. They said he saw visions, not just of tomorrow, but of centuries yet unborn. His cryptic quatrains spoke of fires, floods, tyrants, and revolutions. Some dismissed him as a charlatan. Others whispered that he had glimpsed something forbidden, threads of destiny itself. He spoke in riddles, veiling truth inside mystery, so only those who truly listened might hear. Kings and emperors trembled at his words, begging for guidance, fearing what they might find. And even today, 5 centuries later, his verses ripple through time, stirring both awe and dread. Was he a messenger, or merely a mirror, reflecting humanity's deepest hopes and darkest fears? The future, Nostradamus knew, is a riddle, a mirror, a dream half-formed. It is not set in stone. It waits, it listens, and it bends to the bold. When you dare to imagine your future, what visions are waiting to be seen? What fate is waiting for you? Their echoes still whisper across time. Their dreams live inside us. Their choices shaped your world. Will your story be remembered too? History isn't finished yet. Every legend started with one step. Every masterpiece with one idea. Every revolution with one voice. The next legend could be you. Dare to begin your journey today.